SeatGeek. For all your ticketed events, from sporting to concert outings, SeatGeek has you covered. They even conveniently color-coded each ticket on their website from amazing to worst, so you can easily know which are the best deals. SeatGeek, the smart way to buy. Save $20 off your next ticket purchase with the promo code. Good morning, everybody. I'm your host, the Grande Gato, also known as the Big Cat. Michael, catch put them all up. If you rock with the Big Cat, today we're here to talk about Christian McCaffrey's record. How should you feel about it? We'll talk about it. First one, before we start it. Do you love the Carolina Panthers like I love the Carolina Panthers? I heart those boys. Are you mad? Yes? No? Maybe? Do you still hate them? I understand it's a bitter, but I can't be with you. If you don't get up like I love the Panthers, there's one thing I need you to do. I think you need to give me a dab. Listen, man, let's talk about Christian McCaffrey's record. How should you feel about it? Let's get into it.
That boy is good.
Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Now, when it comes to Christian McCaffrey's record, it's a dynamic, once-in-a-lifetime kind of feat. Christian McCaffrey is the stuff made of legends. If I was making a legend, you got to add 2 parts to Christian McCaffrey in the recipe. Okay, that's how it goes. But a lot of people, it rubbed them the wrong way. Some people say stat chasing. Some people say private agendas. Some people try to say contract extension wasn't mine. And which I have heard there in talks now of contract extension. Well, I'm going to show you and break down and tell you how you should feel. Let's start with Christian McCaffrey as a man. Again, great guy, hell of a guy. Was able to get a living legend's autograph in person. One of the most humblest people you can meet on the face of this planet. So, good guy personally. When it comes to this record here, it wasn't stat chasing per se, I guess. I'll say this right here. They came into the season with a private agenda. And the reason why I say that is, and I'm going to tell you who they is, but they came into the season with a private agenda because, listen, even Cam Newton came out after the first 2 games and was like, man, I think Norv Turner had him on his fantasy team. Now, my wife has a saying said, in truth, we just. Okay, in other words, even when you're joking, you're telling the truth. All right, so maybe Cam Newton was more hurt than, or he was hurt a lot sooner than people let on to be. And this was a form of protecting him. And it just stuck and it worked so well that they didn't want to go away from it. Or, again, Norv Turner probably knew his writing was on the wall and said, hey, let me go ahead and get another staff of my. Listen, when you set records, or you use players to set records, that goes in the history books. Not only does it go in the history book for him, it goes in the history book for your offensive coordinator as well. So that's another case, for him to pad his Hall of Fame career, Norv Turner that being. Also, it looks good when he tries to find another job. And it looks like he's going to be finding another job here soon anyway. To have have only one of 3 players in the history books, in which you coach 2 of them. Or is it one of them, which is Christian McCaffrey, and then you got Marshall Faulk, and you got my other man up there. So you got one of those guys in the record book under your offensive coordinatorship. So yeah, it's a little bit of a private agenda.
Message.
Now, with that being said, this is not an indictment at all against Christian McCaffrey. This guy is an unselfish individual, unselfish person, unselfish teammate. He was kind of a guy coming into this year that did solid in 2018 and felt like coming into 2019, I could do more. Increase my workload. Give me more. I can handle more. I'm okay. I'm not going to get hurt. And listen, when you're young, you got the energy and the athleticism. Why not throw a couple catfish on the grease? His career's popping like hot grease. Yeah. Increase them. You know what I mean? So, is it selfish of him? Is he stat chasing? No. I think he's went out there and naturally took care of business. Now, I went to the Jacksonville Jaguars game this year.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, man, it was a beautiful thing to watch him against Jacksonville. Sorry about that clip. It was bouncing around, but I was so excited. I was hyped up. Now, with that being said, I also seen Reggie Bonifant get off. Now, it is important for David Tepper to do his homework when it comes to this next coaching job. You got to have a guy. It's a shame to see Reggie Bonnafon, Scarlett, and it looks like Holyfield's gone now to Philadelphia, but to have that in your backfield and only be used sparingly, that's disappointing. Listen, I'm not saying that we would have made the playoff if we used all three running backs in a stable, but I guarantee you it would have been hard to stop. You got running backs back there. Reggie Bonnafon, we seen him in the preseason be a dog on third downs, kick returning, receiving. We seen what he could do. We seen Holyfield. Holyfield probably was the lesser of the three, but he still had something to bring with that power back. And Scarlett, again, another guy who was popping. That's why it's important for Tepper to go out here and recruit a offensive coach that can use all three. Listen, reducing Christian McCaffrey's touches is not going to reduce his effectability. Does that make sense? He's still going to be effective when he's in there. But you also want to win. That's why it kind of threw me off. And I say it was probably the agenda for Norv. I don't think Christian went out there. But again, let's be honest. Let's be honest for a second. As a player, you know when you're about to make history. You know only two people in history only got a certain record. You see what I'm saying? You know that. And you know that you want your name in there. It's about legacy building. One day when you get ready to sit back with your kids, you're going to look up and say, I did that shit. Yeah. So again, was the season a sacrifice when Cam Newton went down? Or was it a sacrifice from the beginning? I don't know. I honestly don't know, man. But I can't say what stat chasing on Christian McCaffrey's behalf. I think he's just that damn good. But like I said, when it comes to Norv Turner play calling, who don't want to be the offensive coordinator that put one of the three running backs in the history book? Who don't want to be that?
Message.
Last but not least, y'all, I gotta say it like this. Part of that record had to do with proving a point. And I don't want to bring ethnicity into it, but we got to, because it's part of the equation. As a Caucasian in a African-American dominated sport where superstars are predominantly African-American, getting paid the big bucks, you got to prove that you belong. Unfortunately, listen, nobody has the balls to say it, but I'll say it. Yeah, it's out there. It's out there. Unfortunately, he's the minority. And I hate it. And I only see the minority because he's a Caucasian. He's a minority because of the small market he plays in. Charlotte's not a big market. You got LA, you got New York, Chicago, other places like that, Texas. Big markets out there. And then you got little bitty Charlotte right here in the South. So he doesn't get a lot of love. And it's stupid. It is ignorant to sit here and say because he's white, he doesn't deserve his accolades. That is the most dumbest shit I ever heard. But yet we have people thinking that way. Christian McCaffrey would literally have to go out here and rush for 3,000 yards and then have a 2,000 yard receiving season. There's people even this year, when we got on a hot streak with Christian McCaffrey, with Kyle Allen, yeah, but he's still not doing enough. Are you fucking serious? Listen, man, it's a fact. Some people are gonna be ignorant like that, but again, you have to go out there and prove you belong, man. And listen, I gotta be honest with you, man. I didn't want him coming out of college. I wanted Leonard Fournette, but I didn't want him because he wasn't talented. I didn't want him because of the offensive line. I felt like, with previous running back with Stewart and D'Angelo Williams, we had a 1-2 punch there that could withstand bad offensive line play. And all I seen in him in college was him being a kick returner, him juking people and all that stuff. I said, well, they're not playing nobody. I was ignorant. I made that kind of statement. But if you're good, you're damn good. And Christian McCaffrey, damn good. Okay? A lot of people give this offensive line flack. But he set a record with this offensive line. Let's put some respect on it. And if it wasn't for this offensive line being injured, they probably would have made some noise. And they made some noise during Kyle Allen's stretch when he got hot. So a lot of you guys got your knife on this offensive line, be respectful and understand what happened. Okay, so again, him being a Caucasian, him having a shitty offensive line, he had to do twice as much, okay? Where a guy like overrated guy like Zeke Elliott or some shit. Yeah, I said Zeke Elliott. Yeah. He can go out there and do mediocre shit and people go crazy about it because he's playing in Big Texas or because they're African American. So yeah, man, that's just a little bit of three factors. I think private agenda with Norv. Norv wanted his name in the record books. I think Christian McCaffrey seen that once he was close or you knew that it was achievable, I had to go for it. I also think that him being a minority, I honestly believe that played a factor into it too. Something to prove. It's a lot of different things, man. Wow. But the record is what it is, man. I mean, it's a hell of a feat, hell of an accomplishment. And it's something that's so rare, so special. I think we should cherish it. But it will always be overshadowed by a shitty season, unfortunately. And again, man, I honestly believe you have to ask yourself, be honest, ask yourself. If we have Scarlett, Bonifant, and McCaffrey in there, if we have a 3-horse tandem in there, and teams try to stop all three of them, could we have went further? I don't know, y'all.
Is you dumb?
I'm your host, Grenade Gato, also known as the Big Cat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, tune into the podcast, Google FM, Anchor FM, and the whole nine. Make sure you subscribe. Tonight we are going live at 9:30. We'll be addressing the Trey Boston and Gerald McCoy comments. I want you guys to take on it, and we'll also talk about this as well. Make sure you tune in. Let the church say, damn. Don't forget to subscribe to the Carolina Panthers custom helmet giveaway video in the playlist. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away free a $300 retail value Marvel's Avenger Carolina Panthers helmet. Keep pounding.